Hello, dear children. Children, you must have often seen mothers feeding their children or grandmothers feeding their grandchildren, people feeding each other. But have you ever seen anybody feeding his goat? I'm sure no. But yes, today I, Kahani Wali Nani Sarla Minni, am going to tell you a funny story, a wonderful story about Mulla Nasiruddin, where he feeds his goat in a party. And the story is Mulla feeds his goat. Children, this is the story of the month of Ramzan. Ramzan is a Muslim festival which lasts for a month. During this festival, the Muslims fast the whole day and break their fast in the evening. During one of these days, a wealthy Nawab invited his friends for a party in the evening to break their fast. Among them, he also invited Mulla Nasiruddin. One day, on the day of the party, Mulla was working as usual in his farm. By evening, he was very tired, very hungry. He had fasted the whole day. He had not had anything, even water. Now he decided to go home. Just then he remembered, oh, today I have to go to the Nawab's place for the party. He looked at his clothes. His clothes, shoes, all were covered with mud and were dirty. Again he looked at the sky and said, yes, my clothes are dirty, but now if I go home to change them, I am sure I will be late for the party. Never mind, I will go straight to the Nawab's place. After all, the Nawab has invited me, not my clothes. So Mullah set off for the Nawab's place. All the way he was imagining what? Thinking about the delicious dishes he would have at the Nawab's party. The dry fruit, the halwa, the kheer, the sevai, biryani, baklava and many more, and he became happy. Oh, it will be a great feast for me today. And finally, he reached the Nawab's place. He entered the Nawab's house. The host, the Nawab, looked down at Mullah scornfully from his ragged, dirty clothes down to the muddy shoes. He did not greet Mullah. Instead, he just gestured him to come in and walk away. Children, if some guests come at your place, what would you do? You would greet them. Yes, hello, how are you? Come in, isn't it? But the Nawab did not say any such thing to Mullah. Mullah looked around in the hall. All the people were there in their finest clothes. The table was laden with all sorts of delicious dishes, of which he was imagining the whole way. Everyone there in the party ignored Mullah. Nobody offered him food to him, not even a seat to sit. Mullah felt insulted. In fact, he saw that the host was requesting all other guests, offering food to them. Mullah felt bad and uncomfortable. He decided to leave. Even when he was leaving, nobody stopped him. Mullah rushed home and washed himself quickly and wore his finest clothes, a beautiful coat. Mullah came back to the Nawab's house. Children, did the Nawab ignore Mullah again this time? No, instead, with a broad smile, he welcomed Mullah and hugged him. Come, Mullah, come in. As Mullah entered the house, everyone there greeted him and offered him a seat. Mullah was just smiling. Now the food was served to Mullah, all the delicacies, kheer, halwa, dry fruits, hummus, falafel and many more. Children, Mullah was very, very hungry as he had fasted the whole day. But did he start eating? No. Do you know what Mullah began doing when he saw the delicious food? What would you do in that occasion? Just think about it. Okay. Now he took a handful of dry fruits, put it in his pocket, saying, "Hey, goat, eat these delicious dry fruits and break your fast." Then he got up with a bowl of kheer and began pouring it on his coat and saying, "Hey, coat, eat this tasty, tasty, yummy, yummy kheer." Everyone there, the guest and the host, began looking at Mullah with a surprise. They were saying to each other, "See, people say Mullah is very wise, but see how foolishly he is behaving today. Instead of eating, he is feeding his coat." Does anybody feed his coat? The Nawab was shocked. He rushed to Mullah and said, "Nasruddin, Mullah, what's the matter? Why are you feeding your coat and not yourself?" But Mullah, he did not pay any attention to what the host was saying. Instead, he picked a big gulab jamun and said to his coat, "Eat this very, very tasty, very, very yummy gulab jamun. Hey, coat, eat to your heart's content. See, you were invited to the feast, not I." And now the mullah turned towards the Nawab and the guests and said, "See, when I came here earlier in my ordinary clothes, nobody welcomed me, nor did anyone even speak to me. Everyone ignored me, looked at me scornfully. But now when I came in this coat, everyone greeted me, offered me a seat and food. Seeing all this, I understood that all this change in your behavior was due to my fine clothes, my fine coat. I realized the welcome, the invitation was for my clothing and not me, for my clothes and not me. So I am feeding my coat. Am I right?" Hearing this, everyone there was spellbound. They realized their mistake, and the host said, "Mullah, we are sorry for our wrong behavior. Please forgive us." And then what did the host do? He ordered his servant to bring a new coat for Mullah and gave him. And then after that, he served him food with great respect. And Mullah broke his fast and ate to his heart's content. So, children, this was the manner, in a witty manner, Mulla Nasiruddin made Nawab and the others realize their mistake. So, children, we should always respect our guests, because in Hindi there is a saying कि मेहमान भगवान के रूप में होते हैं. That is, guests are like God. And we should respect God, so we should respect our guests. So children, would you ever feed your clothes as Mullah did? I think never. And how did you like this funny story? And we'll meet you again next week with a new story. Till then, goodbye. Take care.